So Danny asks, how much time do you actually spend actually taking care of your customers once they get going? So we're going to address this, but I want to start at the beginning of his email. So like many of you, Danny is starting BoomerangMe. He actually has set himself a goal for January to get launched, to get everything ready by then, and to be able to hit the ground running. And this really speaks to me, Danny, because that's exactly what I did last year. So I set my goal as, all right, January is the time. I set out my yearly goals based off of that. And I knew the BoomerangMe platform inside and out so that I could talk about it comfortably with customers. And I knew what I was talking about and could just get them set up, get them going, right? Get our customers going, start selling, making money. That's what it's all about. So I really resonate really well with you on this one. You're asking about wanting to combine BoomerangMe and offering Go High Level services as well. So anybody that's watching this that doesn't know, BoomerangMe integrates really nicely with Go High Level. Go High Level is another platform that really, well, if you don't know what Go High Level is, go Google it. It's an amazing platform. But they are have a great cohesive relationship. These two platforms do. So you can get somebody started, a customer started on their BoomerangMe services, but then enhance and additional services and automations through the Go High Level platform. So it's really cool. I'm excited that you're wanting to do that. I'm interested to see and hear, Dan, more about how you're planning on doing that and what you are going to be doing. As for me, how I utilize that integration is that I offer an additional service to have an automation for the next 90 days. So after a new customer signs up for the platform, then that customer now will also get a drip email and text campaign for the next 90 days. So they always have something going out regarding that business. So it's a pretty cool deal. Anyway, so it's cool to hear that you're going to be offering that as well. And you're making that all get set up before January. Smart. I love your transparency here. The fact that your intention is, future-based, right? Your semi-retirement phase. I'm very much mindset in the same realm. So again, Dan, we are in the same stage of life here. But there's a lot of reasons people may want to run a business that is more technology sales and less service-based sales. So I'm going to pause just a second to explain what that difference is so that you can make the best decision based on what your goals are with starting with BoomerangMe. So like me, Dan is more wanting to be a technology so that you don't have to handhold your customers as much and less of a service-based business. So what that means for me as using it more like a SaaS service, software as a service, is that I sell it, I get it all set up and ready for them. And once they're launched, it's pretty hands-free, right? I can kind of walk away. I sold them the service, I set it all up, the technology is running, it's going smooth. And I can walk away. It's fine and nice. Now, if you would have spoken to me 3 years ago, I would have been more service-based. I would have wanted to do that same thing, sell the technology, go in, set it all up, but then I would want to spend my time helping them utilize those tools, sending those emails out, sending those text messages out, writing them, scripting them, sitting down and strategizing with them, really being a full-service agency. Now in this later stage of life, I'm not really wanting to do that anymore. I've done it. I've spent my time there and it's not really fulfilling for me any longer. And because I work with restaurants, a little transparency here, restaurants in the American region, they are struggling financially. So what I found, especially, COVID obviously, but post-COVID is many of them do not have a marketing budget. So it not only was a personal preference of what I wanted to do, service-based versus technology-based, it also made more sense for me it was a much easier sell to focus on selling multiples of something versus charging a lot of money for something and having fewer clients. And that would be the service-based technology. But bottom line, Dan, you're asking a great question. How much time on a weekly basis do I tend to my customers? And I must say, not often. I actually have had to I scheduled myself once a week, a segment of time, I blocked off once a week on my calendar, about a 2-hour period of time where I'm going to intentionally start to reach out to them. I want to be a little bit more involved, let them know that I didn't just disappear, sell them something and disappear. I have learned through communicating with my customer base that is of high value to them, and that will increase my longevity with my customer base. So I'm going to start to do that. I don't think that it will take me 2 hours. I did it last week and it was like on the phone, off the phone, probably less than an hour. That being said, and I'm not calling all my customers, right? I'm cherry picking like 3 or 4 a week just to kind of touch base on them, and then I'll rotate through. Obviously, as my customer base grows, I'll have to increase that a little bit. But that all being said, I have no question that if I needed to disappear for a month, a week, whatever the case may be, go on vacation, whatever the case may be, I can just walk away and it's going to be okay. Everybody is just running, doing their own thing. If I didn't call them, they wouldn't even know. They wouldn't care. So it's very low maintenance for the majority of my customer. As you noticed, I had to walk away from YouTube for about 2 months. I had some personal stuff pop up, and that is my number one priority, right? That's why I'm doing this business. And that affected my actual business as well, my Let's Sign Local business and my sales, but I was able to walk away. I focused on my family, take care of us. Now we're back into things. And so nothing was wrong. Everything is fine. Everybody was still running fine. Life was great. My sales went down because I wasn't out selling. So my growth certainly took a hit, but my business didn't. My customers are all still happy. Everything's going well. So I hope that, Dan, helps to answer your question. I know I shared a little personal transparency there, but we all are starting our own businesses for a reason. And many of those reasons is that we need more time with our family. We need to be able to step away for some reason, and that's exactly what kind of happened with me. And so I needed to step away, focus on the most important thing in my life, and then have this to come back on. And the BoomerangMe platform has allowed me the flexibility to be able to do that. Now, if I was a more service-based business where I'm doing their emails and their text and strategizing for them, and it's a hands-on type of a business, I would not have had that flexibility. I would have had to maintain that while attending to my family. So it would have been and felt more like a full-time job. But in this case, where it's just a SaaS business, a technology service, that is what allowed me to take a step back, attend to my family without being bogged down with my Let's Sign Local business, and then come back when I was ready, and I'm ready now. So that is exactly what happened. And I'm so blessed that I've come across this technology to allow me that freedom and to still have income coming in when I was taking that step back and I had to attend to my family. So what a blessing, right? All right. I hope that answered your question, Dan. I love to answer questions like this. He emailed me. He's a member of the Grow Your Agency course that I have available that teaches you all about how I go and prospect for my customers, how I onboard them, the whole gamut. So he's part of that course as well. And so when he sent an email asking this question, I was like, I bet lots of people have that similar question. So I'd love to answer those questions in video format because now it can bless multiple people. So I hope that it blessed you. If you haven't already, smash that follow button, subscribe button, and follow along on my journey. I look forward to growing my agency with you guys. Bye, guys.